Alright, what is going on, killers, and welcome back to the channel. Excuse the noise in the background. I got the heater going because it is freezing here in Baltimore today. Finally getting a chance to install the MaXpeedingrods coilovers on the rear of the car. Now we're going to take a look at this real quick because this is all we have left of the kit. It is not technically a coilover per se. This is just a coil spring. This is the ride adjuster, and this is the adjustable shock. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start getting everything off this car. I don't really think you guys need to watch me do shock uninstall or quad shock uninstall. All that's coming off. The quad shock is highly unnecessary right now. And while I'm at it, I got to get the tailpipes out. Also, might as well put the new tailpipes on while I have everything accessible. And got some other stuff to going on. But for now, let me get all of this stuff that's in the way, out of the way, and then we'll proceed with the video. Alright, everything's out of there on both sides. I got the springs, the shocks, the quad shock. I ended up having to cut the quad shock mount. They were on there. They were not coming off, trust me. So there's the old shock next to the new one. Here's the old spring next to the new one. And I'm going to install them real quick. That is some tubular upper and lower control arms to replace those factory crappy stamped ones. Just to improve the handling a little bit, and plus it's a nice selling point. So I'm going to get into this spring and shock situation here. I just want to explain to you what I'm going to be doing. So if you remember, on the front I only dropped it 1.5 inches. I didn't slam it or anything like that. Well, I've extended the spring height as much as I'm comfortable with doing it, and it is still about 2 inches, but drop just by spring. Let's see here. I'll show you on this side here. All right. So basically, what you do is you put the bottom of the spring here. This part sits on the lower control arm, and you adjust the spring height by extending this up. I extended this up 1/4 inch from the top. That's about as comfortable. That's like the pushing my comfortability. That's all I wanted to do. So that is a 2-inch difference. So there we go to the shock. Well, you have I have the shock pretty much at the same height as the stock one. So in the same sense as before, you turn this and it adjusts the shock height, and then you lock it in there. So I'm going to adjust that, and that's already adjusted. I already got that locked in, because remember, this kit comes with spanner wrenches. So I'm going to get these control arms on, and then we will probably do the tailpipes. We'll see what happens for the rest of the evening. It is getting late. Got them tubulars installed. Yes, sir. All right. So here's the rest of the setup, and this is very simple. Just anybody could do this setup. Let me set you up on the tripod real quick, and I'll show you exactly what I'm going to do here. Alright, so basically you just got your coil spring, and you got your little perch. It's got the isolator on it. And here's the shock. Now you adjust the shock height just like you adjusted the front struts. I'm going to adjust them all the way up, so I'm going to turn them up as tight as they go. Then you lock it down. Then you use the spanner wrench tighten that down. That just installs like a normal shock. This right here, you can see There's the narrow end, that's the wide end. The wide end goes up into the spring perch on the car. This is going to basically sit like that. Now you can also adjust the ride height with these. I already have this locked down, it's even with the other side. That right there is about as comfortable as I am with it had to be raised up. I'm not slamming this car on the ground, it's not a low rider. So that's about as high as I'm gonna raise it. I'm not gonna go any further. I probably could figure something out and, you know, make a cup to sit on that, but for right now I'm just gonna work with what I got. So let me go ahead and install this. You guys can watch, follow along. All right, there's the spring cup, and I apologize for the lighting, guys. I'm trying to make it as bright as I can in here. We are under the car. So you take your perch, sit it down like that, isolator right on top of there, your coil spring with the narrow end down. All right, and that should fit on there really nice. So now what you're going to do is, I have a jack underneath the rear. I'm going to kind of guide this up while I jack it into place. There you go, it's in place. Now we got to do the shock. I'll put you over here. There's the shock mount right here. Don't forget to take this thing is for the adjustment. You see where you can adjust the shock. I guess it's either for compression or rebound, I'm not sure, but I'll have to look into that. But anyway, it is some adjustment. Take this off, take this off. This will go, all this right here will be in the trunk area when you're done. There's a little hole that goes up into the trunk. I don't know if you can see it or not. Put you back down here with the spring mount, or the shock mount. Slide that up into place. Bolt ready to go. All right, bolts in. Put the nut on the backside just so I don't lose it. I'm going to leave it loose for right now. Come around in here to the trunk. In the trunk, there's the shock. So the first thing you're going to put on is this. Second thing, washer, then the nut. All right, so that's basically it. I think it looks pretty good in there. Next thing we'll do is button everything up and put the wheels and tires back on it and see how it sits. There it is. It's sitting really nice. Considering it's got them little teeny tiny wheels and tires on it, this thing sits good. It's even on all four corners. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Next time you guys see this car, it'll be all painted up, all pretty. It's leaving real soon. I got to get everything together right now. I got to go to work. That's it for the MaXpeedingrods coilover install. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one.